If you think you are too big to do the little things, then you will stay too little to do the big things. This is the harsh truth about staying consistent and making great progress in fitness, in relationships, and in life. If there's one thing I hear most commonly from guys I work with who struggle to get in shape, it's that they have a hard time staying consistent. Oh, back in 2017, I was so good, Matteo. I was super dialed in. I was tracking all my food. I was in great shape. But then things went off the rails and I gained all the weight back. And it just seems to be this constant yo-yo of gaining the weight, then losing it, you're on, then you're off. And that's exhausting because you never fully get to capitalize on that exciting motivation of seeing consistent results happening week after week after week, which is this flywheel of motivation that keeps you going. And let's be honest, as you get older, it doesn't really get any easier. You have family commitments, your body is getting older, and it becomes harder to make changes, and life can just be a lot more stressful. And ultimately, this just boils down to one very common form of self-sabotage. It's something that basically everyone falls into, especially at this time of year when I'm filming this right before the holiday season. I'll start by giving you a few examples and I'll see if you can guess what I'm getting at here. Here's the problem in the center, and here are just a few ways that I hear it showing up. I'll start later. Now's not really a good time. I have a lot coming up. Which, by the way, if you have Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas, and New Year's party, and 3 more Christmas parties coming up, that's just 7 out of the 61 days remaining in the year, which, by the way, is like 17% of the remaining days. Even if you went completely off the rails for all those days, you could still make great progress if you work on the other days. Or this one, I'm great early on for the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, things are exciting, I'm losing weight, I'm feeling awesome, and then something happens and I just fall off the wagon. Or this one, I don't know where to start. I just need a workout program, I need a meal plan, I need someone to tell me exactly what to do so I can finally get started on this. And look, I totally understand the desire for clarity and a step-by-step plan. I think that's super valuable, but all 3 of these things are an example of the same form of self-sabotage. That's all or nothing thinking. All of these ideas imply that if you're not doing things perfectly, it's a total waste of time. If I can't be on track for all 61 of the remaining days of the year, then there's no point in even starting. If I don't have a completely optimized diet and training program, then why even bother? Even if you're 50 or 100 pounds overweight and haven't stepped foot in the gym in the last 3 years, I'm great straight out of the gate because I know how to slam my foot on the accelerator and make great progress while starving myself for 2 weeks. But I haven't really figured out the whole sticking to it for more than 3 or 4 weeks part. Because I get hungry, I get sore, I get tired, and all I know how to do is burn the candle at both ends. The reality is there's value in doing the thing, even if it's not perfect. Let's take the holiday I'll start later one. Imagine there was some kind of curse cast over you where you couldn't get any fat loss or muscle growth results for the next 60 days. No matter how much you went to the gym, no matter how well you slept or how well you ate, you could not see any progress. Believe it or not, connecting those dots and slowly adding up all those workouts and all those meals over the next 60 days would still get you moving in the right direction because you would get better at the process and you'd pick up some momentum, some habits, and learn to fit it in with your life. Doing the thing doesn't just give you results now. There's compound interest you earn by going to the gym, going for walks, and eating healthy. You get results and you get better at getting results. But obviously it's not helpful for me to just tell you to do the fucking thing because you already know you should be doing it. So here are 3 ideas to help you avoid this all or nothing thinking and start doing the thing more consistently. The first one I got from a comedian I really like. The second I learned from my friend who's a botanist. And the last one is based on evolutionary psychology. In case you've never heard of him, there's this comedian named Jerry Seinfeld who's pretty famous. This is the system he used to stay creative and write thousands of jokes over a long career. He has a rule which states that every day he sits down for 1 hour to write jokes. He doesn't necessarily have to write jokes. He can just sit there and be bored, but he can't scroll through his phone, he can't eat, he can't jerk off. All he can do is write jokes. So inevitably, at some point during that 1 hour period, he gets bored and decides to start writing. Can you see how that compound interest starts to stack up? By the end of the week, he has 5, 6, or even 7 hours more material he's written, and 5, 6, 7 hours more practice at writing jokes where he just keeps getting better. And after the first week, month, or year, he's got such a streak going of writing jokes that there's no way he's gonna break it. That is the 1 hour rule. With fitness, this could be squaring away 20 minutes every day to do something that improves your health. You can go for a walk, you can meal prep. You can go to the gym. It doesn't have to be capped out at 20 minutes, but that's a good minimum. Just square away time to do something every day and get yourself moving in the right direction. Even if it's not going to be some body transformation program, as long as it gets the ball rolling. So I have this coffee plant in my bedroom, and it never really looked as healthy as the pictures on Google did. It normally got brown, crispy leaves, and it just kind of looks sad. So I texted a picture to my friend Max, the botanist, and I said, hey Max, why does my coffee plant look so sad? It was in the right lighting, it had the right kind of soil. I didn't think I was overwatering it. I didn't think I was underwatering it. It turns out that what the plant actually wanted was consistent watering. I would drench it and then I would forget about it for a couple weeks, and it just didn't like that. Same thing is true with your fitness, folks. You can't just go ham for 2 weeks and then fall off the wagon for 6 months. So he told me about this auto watering planter you can get that holds water in a small reservoir below the plant, and there's a little piece of string that pulls water up into the soil. This is what I want you to recognize about getting in shape. It's not about being perfect. It's about recognizing your situation and limitations, then learning to work around them. If that means you have to do 2 20-minute workouts a week, then so be it. If that means your breakfast is a protein shake and 2 apples, then so be it. If that means all you can do today is go for a 10-minute brisk walk after work, then that's what we gotta do. How can we make it so easy that it's almost like it's on autopilot? I heard a crazy story the other day about this guy who used to live in Africa, and he'd watch these monkeys, the specific kind of baboon. They have a super complicated social dynamic and hierarchy and structures. It's fucking crazy. They basically have like a primitive legal system where all the monkeys watch the other monkeys, and if one of them does something that's out of line, then they get exiled or just killed and eaten. But the opposite is also true. One of these monkeys in Senegal or wherever they were found this huge beehive. I'm talking like the size of a wall, and this thing is full of honey. When he finds this beehive, he runs back to where the tribe is and he brings them over so everyone can eat. They found that after he did that, they started worshiping him. He basically got all the monkey brides, he got to sit in the top of the tree, he got to eat first. This guy was a monkey king after that. And that's because of one important evolutionary trait that is still inside of you and I today: social accountability. This is the effect of having someone in your environment who is aware of your behaviors, ideally someone whose opinion you value. You can leverage this social accountability by finding a workout buddy or a coach, or maybe you and your spouse decide you want to start going to the gym 2 or 3 days a week. Maybe you have a little tracker sheet in your calendar or Excel or the Notes app where you keep track of all the workouts you do. Hey honey, do you want to watch Love is Blind together tonight? No, you fat fuck, you said we were going to the gym. I don't recommend using those exact words, but that's kind of how this could work. And look, a lot of the guys I work with, they love my training and nutrition knowledge and sport background stuff, but what they really hire me for is this: someone who looks over their food log, their weigh-ins, their workouts, their steps every single day. The plan that will get you the best results is one you can follow consistently. So start showing up for yourself, even if it's not perfect. 1 day at a time, 1 workout at a time, 1 meal at a time. Just start digging where your feet are without worrying where you need to end up. Once you start pushing that ball down the hill, you'll find that it starts rolling and you get some momentum and you don't have to push so hard anymore. The magical moment where things take off and working out and eating healthy don't feel like a chore anymore. That's what I want for you. Now, YouTube thinks you should watch this video next because you'll probably enjoy it, and I would tend to agree. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.